Hands down, your best return on investment is your knowledge. So what do you know about astrology, and how is astrology associated to finance? Well, one famous billionaire who has been open about their interest in astrology is JP Morgan Jr., the son of a well-known American financier and banker, JP Morgan. He reportedly consulted astrologers throughout his life and even used astrology to guide his business decisions. Other billionaires who've expressed an interest in astrology or related topics that you may know include hedge fund manager Ray Dalio and media mogul Robert Murdoch. A wise man once told me one day, the difference between a millionaire and a billionaire is a billionaire uses astrology. Why and how does this work? In this video, I'm going to explain why it's used, how it can benefit you, and even the basic way to start this now with no astrology knowledge. Let me show you what I do. Let's get right into it here. Astrology is a system that uses positions and movements of celestial objects to gain insight into human affairs and natural phenomena. One way that astrology is used is to understand energy and human behavior. Some famous astrologers that propelled civilizations with their contribution to society were Galileo and Nostradamus. But let's talk about why this would aid us in working with planets. In order to do that, we must first understand energy and human behavior. The moon is known to have a significant effect on the tides of bodies of water, such as oceans, seas, and lakes. This effect is due to the gravitational force of the moon on the Earth. The moon's gravity causes a bulge of the water on the side of the Earth that is facing the moon, which creates a high tide. On the opposite side of the Earth, there is also a high tide due to the centrifugal force of the Earth's rotation. Now, the effect of the moon on the tides can also have an impact on the behavior of some marine animals, such as fish and crustaceans, which are known to be more active during certain phases of the moon. Now, if you remember in biology class, humans, a carbon-based creature, is 60% water. Just give that a thinker for a minute. I'm going to teach you today how to use the moon in your money house. Stay with me here and subscribe if you're getting some knowledge from this. So let's continue. So astrology believes that each planet and a celestial body has a unique energy that affects human behavior. For example, the sun is associated with the ego or self-expression, while the moon is associated with emotions and intuition. When these energies are in alignment or conflict with each other, they can impact our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions. If you're skeptical, you just have not done the right research yet. There is ample evidence done from the research of psychological ward visits during moon cycles, hospital stays, and crime rates. And in the terms of sociology, some research has looked at the potential links between the moon and menstrual cycles, sleep patterns, and other body circadian rhythms. As we know, especially if you are human, money is emotional. You have fear and you have greed. There is a sentiment gauge on this within the market. Market psychology is widely used and exploited to extract or build wealth. Should you invest and trade when you're emotional? I really hope that you know the answer to this by now.
What are you doing?
So let's talk about using astrology for trading and investing. So how can this understanding of energy and human behavior be applied to trading and investing? One way to use astrology is to help identify market trends and potential opportunities. For example, astrologers might look at the position of certain planets and celestial bodies to predict future market movements or identify times when the market is likely to be more volatile. Now bear with me here because I'm going to show you just how effective this can be. Understanding of energy is to analyze a person's or business or even the country's birth chart, which is a snapshot of the positions of the planets and celestial bodies at the time of their birth. Yes, America has a birth and a starting point. By studying a person's birth chart, astrologers can identify patterns such as tendencies in their behaviors, such as strengths and weaknesses, communication styles, and even relationship dynamics. Another way that astrology can be used for trading and investing is by understanding the unique energy patterns. Investors can make a more informed decision about whether to invest in them or not. You know who else has a birth? Bitcoin. So let's look at how to start with the basics today. Let's start with the moon phases, my personal favorite to help me swing trade. This is micro astrology, and planetary movements are macro. I use this as well, but for today, we're just going to cover the micro, just to get you guys started. If you have been with me, you know that I use fundamentals, technical analysis, astrology, and intuition to help me be successful in this game. The moon phases are tied to emotional states and will increase the fear or greed within the market participants. We do not need to know the moon moon phases. I will do that in a separate video, so follow and subscribe to catch that one. We just need to know if we are waxing or waning, or simply put, growing or shrinking, moving to a full moon or a new moon. So here we are in the chart. Now you can see I just go ahead and place my full moons or my new moons on, and here we go. So these represent the full moon and these represent the new moon. Now look at their relationship. I'm not trying to make this up. This has a 70% correlation to the movement. Why? Because the movement is emotional. Why? Because the participants are emotional creatures. Now I do not trade off of this, as I use this to support my ongoing thesis. If you do not know how to build a thesis, subscribe here, as this is going to be a topic coming soon, where I'll walk you through to help you build your own investing or trading thesis. So go ahead and follow. Now the moon phases are typically every 2 weeks, as you can see here. I'm on a daily schedule. I will move out to the weekly time frame. So you have 1, 2, print. 1, 2, print. Play with this and see if this can assist you, as it has been a beautiful roadmap for me. Again, I use this as a roadmap, a timing. As you can see the force being pulled up or pulled down, pulled up, pulled down. So there's a great overview there that you guys can just lay that moon cycle on and just run with it and see where it takes you and see how you like to use it. And there you have it. Here at Medify, astrology is my toolbox to help me make money. And now you can add this to your toolbox if you wish. For astrology is just a system of belief that can be used to understand energy and human behavior. By analyzing birth charts and the position of celestial bodies, astrologers can identify patterns and tendency in human behavior and predict future market movements, as you saw here. What about the planets? Well, come back and I'll show you how I use macro astrology to help me plan with my micro thesis. Until next time.